You join me today on a beautiful day actually, and this is south coast of England, and I just want to show you that. And there's another one there. And actually, if I move the camera over here, you'll see a much bigger one on the floor there. So do you know what they are? They might look to you like just round concrete discs, which is how they are going to relate to what we're going to talk about today. Shapes of crystals, but we're going to talk about ones that are moulded, that are polished by man, more than how they're naturally formed. So, have you any idea what those are? I'm going to tell you at the end, as we're on a historic area here. So, got me thinking about shapes. I'm going to show you a little bit of the sea while we're talking about this. Let's zoom that in a bit. So shapes. So a natural quartz, silica dioxide, is formed of 6 sides. I know we said we're going to talk about polished, but we're going to talk about natural first so you can understand the difference. So a quartz has 6 sides, 6 long sides to it, and then it forms at a point at the apex. So it's very much, think of it like a laser beam, that the energy goes up the long length of the crystal and the energy comes out of the point at the end. So the more precise the point is, so if you get if you go into a shop or online, you find a quartz point and it's what I call got a ding on the end of it, or it's quite blunt. The focus, the pinpoint of the energy is not going to be as focused or as strong as one that has got a pure point on it. So that's how things work with points. So therefore, if you are working with a point, that energy is going to be very concise or precise as to where it goes. It's going to go on a small area but be very intense. Whereas you can get, especially rose quartz, you can get most crystals now that are carved or formed into a sphere. Now a sphere is like a globe, completely round, so therefore it doesn't have a point where the energy is going to be focused from it. So say if you want to attract a little bit more harmony, say, into your home at the moment, you could place a rose quartz sphere in the centre, say, of your lounge, on the coffee table. And that energy of the, I'm going to say, compassionate, warm, loving, harmonious feeling of the rose quartz will go out everywhere. It's completely, it's going around, it follows the sphere. So it's going in all directions. So wherever you're sitting in that room, you're going to feel the benefit of it. So spheres are very, very good. And obviously they take on the quality of whatever the crystal is. So if you look online, you can see many spheres, and we have some. If you look in the banner and click on the Facebook page, you can scroll through and see spheres that we have as well, and many of them are for sale. I'm just going to see if we can see, oh, the Isle of Wight's back there, but it's very misty. Let's see if can you see it there? Just above the roofs. Let's bring it back here. So what other ones do we have? Well, we have pyramids. Pyramids are very popular at the moment. Especially shungite pyramids for some reason. Now, pyramids in Egyptian times, because we all associate the pyramids with Egypt, but in Egyptian times, pyramids were used for healing, they were used as a congregation place, they were used for sound, for voice, they were also used for transportation. So they were used for meetings, they were used for many purposes. But one thing they are very good at is allowing you your safe space. So I want to say the word protection, but if I say protection, what does it make you think? If you need protecting, Yeah, you're fearful of something is going to get you. I need protection. And as soon as fear comes into anything, it weakens our energy system. It almost lays us bare and open to any energies that want to actually come near us. So fear is not a good perspective to have. So rather than saying something to protect you, I prefer to say something that strengthens your system so you can be invincible. Because if you're invincible, you're not fearful of anything. And that's what I prefer to say. So if that resonates with you, please take it on board. If not, then park it somewhere. So pyramids actually do take on that feel. So they can offer protection. I know I don't like that word, but protection and strength. So if you are, say, meditating, it's ideal to have a crystal in the shape of a pyramid to give you extra strength, extra safety whilst you're doing your meditation. Even better, because if you want to link it with Egypt, is to use a lapis lazuli pyramid, which is associated with Egyptian times, and maybe even enhance that more. As you know, I like to layer things and use lots of tools at a time, and utilise, say, one of our crystal balance Sirius sprays. And the Sirius, so it's from the star system Sirius, that links you with Egyptian times. So Syrians and Egypt. So links all of them together, so you can get a very, very strong meditation and lots of information from doing that. So we've got pyramids that can, I'm going to say, offer protection and safety. We've got spheres that allow the energy to go evenly distributed around a room. We've also got cubes. Now cubes, if you think of a cube, it's very stable, it's a very solid structure, it's very even, it's very well balanced, but it's very, very stable. So cubes are very good at grounding. So if you require grounding, we've actually got some cubes in shungite. And shungite, even though I wouldn't think of it really as grounding, it's become popular as a grounding crystal, a grounding tool. It's more that it actually removes negativity or changes negativity in electromagnetic frequencies. So it keeps you safe and secure around your routers and around your computer and everything. So if you want to be safe and secure and solid and grounded, what better way than to have the cube? And I think that's why the pyramids are popular as well at the moment with shungite, because they actually then allow you to feel safe and secure. It's bringing that energy in as well. There are many, many more what I call man-made shapes that these crystals are formed into. One other one is the merkaba. Merkabas are associated with transport, and so if you were to, I'm going to say to journey, to meditate and journey, a merkaba is a very good crystal to have. And if you have a crystal shape, I should say, if you have in, say, a smoky quartz is very grounding, and so it will allow you to remain grounded and remember what journey you go on and be able to retain the information and bring it back, or it should do anyway. And the merkaba allows you to travel to wherever you wish to meditate, there and back, in, I'm going to say, an easier fashion. So they're also very good, I'll say this on another video actually, for circulation in conjunction with copper rods. So if you use copper rods and a smoky quartz merkaba, so let me know if you're interested in that, then just message me. But otherwise I might say it on another video. But there is a technique to use, and if you've got Raynaud's or poor circulation or anything, it's absolutely fantastic. Lets the circulation flow through your body and the energy. So can you think of any other shapes? Well, there's palm stones, there's tumble stones. Tumble stones are where they've taken pieces, maybe pieces of the bigger crystal have broken off, so it's easier to just tumble it. When you tumble it, it normally has a coating put on it, so it's shinier. And that's really useful actually for any crystals that might be toxic. So those that contain copper, arsenic, lead, even sulfur. So such as malachite, tumbled malachite is actually much easier to use, and Bumblebee Jasper as well. Bumblebee Jasper's got a lot of sulfur in it, that's the yellow in it, and it is toxic. Beautiful crystal though. If you've seen a raw version, in fact what I'll do, I'll put something on Facebook tonight and link it to show you the raw version of Bumblebee Jasper, because it is, and I'll tell you the qualities of it because it's a beautiful crystal. So please let me know any other shapes that you use or that you have used and what you've used them for. And I'm just going to tell you now, I did say I'd tell you what these circles were. So we're stood here today on the trial ground for the Ministry of Defence Signals Research and Development Establishment. And those, that there, and that there, and the one round the corner, were the first satellite stations. So there was an aerial dish of 40 feet in diameter, which received and transmitted signals there from the first launched British military satellite, and it tracked all the foreign satellites as well. So they had a dome over the top of it, so it looked a bit like a beehive. And this formed the beginning of the worldwide defence communication network called Skynet. You imagine James Bond to jump down now, don't you? So in the early days of the Second World War, this site also saw secret radar developments for the army. And 20 years later, the night vision was created and found here. So this establishment was actively involved in the research into optical fibres for communication purposes. Very interesting. Optical fibres, we have energetic fibres, almost like fibre optics. They're light filaments within our body on an energetic basis. So here we are on a site that's dealing with or founded fibre optic communication, and we are talking about energetic communication. So they've moved these anyway. They moved to Worcester in 1980, where they joined forces with the Royal Radar Establishment. So there you go, a little bit of history. And did I know that off the top of my head? No, I didn't. I'm reading it from a plaque. So there we go. That's the site of the discs. Discs, another shape that you could use. So please post below shapes of crystals that you've used and how you found them to be, why you've used that particular shape. And enjoy working with the different shapes of crystals, because they do add another angle to things. So soak up the sun. You can probably hear the sea and the birds. It's a beautiful day. If you can see the sun reflecting on the water there. So enjoy your day, and I hope it's as sunny with you as it is here today. So stay safe, stay well, see you soon.